Well, hello everyone, my name is Alan Hutchison and welcome to Six Figure Secrets. I'm so excited to share this course with you and I hope you're as excited as I am because I promise you this course will transform your business. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, so what makes this guy such an expert on wedding photography? Well, let me give you some background. My original career was in IT, where I spent over 30 years from programming code right through to IT director. And 15 years of that time was actually spent at board level in small and large companies. So I learned a lot about how successful businesses were run. I'd also been a bit of an entrepreneur and I had my own share of business successes and failures. I even founded a small UK PLC and floated it on the stock market. Now, sadly, we did that only a few days before 9/11 and our business failed very quickly afterwards as our market was very much targeted at the financial sector. Timing can be everything, right? Well, my wife Morag and I started our wedding photography business part-time in February 2009. I left my day job as group head of IT the following May, and by the end of year 2 we were already turning over 100,000 a year. In 2012 we opened our portrait studio and we had 5 members of staff working with us. I was also gaining a reputation for my marketing and search engine optimization skills and was a regular speaker at photography trade shows and conventions around the UK, even setting up a separate SEO business which I sold in 2018 for a 6-figure sum. Our photography businesses had a combined turnover of over $250,000. After the sale of the SEO business, we decided to semi-retire and now only do occasional portrait photography. With that business sale, I was also locked in a 3-year non-compete agreement, which is ironic as the guy who bought the business made a complete mess of it. So with that and COVID, I've been quite quiet on the photography scene for a few years. Nowadays, we spend 6 months of the year at our home studio in Scotland, while the rest of the year is spent by the pool at our home in Florida and playing a lot of golf. So I hope that reassures you that I do know a lot about running a successful business. And because I'm now retired from weddings, I have absolutely no restrictions about what I am willing to share with you, as none of you are any competition to me. I can tell you everything. But wait a minute. There's no money in wedding photography, right? I'm sure you've heard that, or you've struggled to raise your prices and got nowhere. Well, let me share with you a little page of our bookings. This is a direct screen grab from our database on Light Blue software, which I highly recommend. Take a look at those bookings. This was 2015 and we were averaging over £16,000 a month on weddings alone. That's about $24,000 a month if you're watching this from the USA. So do not let anyone tell you there's no money in wedding photography. There are just loads of wedding photographers charging stupid small amounts of money for it. So let's get to the good stuff. What are we going to cover in this course? Well, firstly, I do need to tell you that this is not a photography course. I will cover some tips on how to improve certain aspects of your photography, but I always suggest investing in your photography skills on a regular basis. If you claim to be self-taught, please go work with a qualified photographer and you may be surprised what you might learn. Similarly, this is not a course on how to make your images look amazing using Lightroom and Photoshop. Again, I'll cover some stuff, but there are lots of courses and tutorials out there to help with that. Also, this is not a fluffy find your inner Elvis total BS marketing course. I've been to so many useless seminars about that, usually taught by people who are total failures in the business world themselves. This course is focused on the business side of things. So let's look at the course structure. Now, some of these lessons and modules will cover areas that I'm sure some of you are already familiar with, and there may be areas you can skip due to your own experience, and that's absolutely fine. However, my own mantra in life is that every day is a school day, and there may be little nuggets of information you pick up even in areas you're already familiar with. So if nothing else, skim through these lessons just in case. So where do you fit in here? Well, you do not need to be the best photographer in the world, I guarantee that. You will, however, need a positive attitude. Don't be an obstacle for change in your own business. I also need you to understand that to succeed, you will need to make changes in your business. Newton's first law of motion states that something will continue to move in the same direction unless effort is exerted upon it. That is your business. You don't want it to continue in the same direction. Now, if you follow this course to the letter, I guarantee that your business will grow as a result. Now, in terms of your own investment and time here, there is a lot to cover, but we'll try to teach you things in small, easy to digest chunks and limit each individual lesson to no more than 30 minutes at a time where possible. If you want to jump ahead to certain lesson areas, that's up to you, but my recommendation is to follow the lessons in the order they are presented. So, are we ready to do this? Well, let's go, and I'll see you in the first lesson.